Hello, hello. Welcome back to Make and Break. We are here today with kind of a weird one because I'm just going to be straight up honest with you all. I woke up 2 hours ago and kind of forgot it was Monday. So I woke up and kind of freaked out and didn't know what to do. So I made my schedule real quick, thought about it, got real close to it. And now we are here. And what we're doing today is we're making some pipes. So I'm making pipes for all of our, lovely singing pipes that we got. We're making some pipes today. And we're going to make stuff with the pipes after we make the pipes, but I'm going to be spending a little bit of time on the pipes. We want to make it look nice, beautiful, clean. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. I got some new music. I'm always trying to add a little bit of extra music, but we got some new music today. Courtesy of Sonic Unleashed, Trauma Center ER, and Xenoblade Chronicles X. So hello everybody. How's everybody doing today? There we go. Let's get that music jamming. I'm going to get my sound up in my headphones pretty good. And then we're going. So yeah, we're making pipes today. There's part of me that wants to try and make it like the correct size of pipes, but I'm kind of worried that that's not going to work out. CQDK is suggesting that I use the Doom soundtrack. The reason I don't do that is it's a little intense for what we're doing right now. So maybe the Doom soundtrack just isn't it, you know? You're doing so good? That's awesome. What's up? Why are you feeling so good? What do you got going on? Okay, so let's go ahead and just get ourselves a few pipes. So, what I want to be doing here, this is where things are going to get a little complicated. What we want to do is probably pop into this tab right here and use really rigid angles. Now, this is a part of 3D modeling that I'm not good at. I'm just going to be the one to say it. It's obvious, and I'm sure everybody knows this, but I'm not good at this. I'm not really good at, like, actual measurements. So this is going to be a little bit of a learning experience for me, but better late than ever. So if I do this, 45-degree angle, right? Nothing bad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to match this angle right here by doing this. And I know I could have skewed it, but I don't know how to skew a perfect 45-degree angle. And it needs to be a perfect 45-degree angle. So I'm willing to accept this as being like a little bit weirder. You know what? There's probably a much better way to do this. Measure twice, cut once. That's basically what I'm feeling. Now hold on. Can I measure once and cut twice? Yep, those are the words that I said with my mouth. You know, I kind of thought this was going to be easy, but now I'm starting to think maybe I gave myself a hard prompt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one. We're going to rotate this guy 90 degrees. We're going to see if we can't join these guys together. This should give us a really accurate view of what we want. Chop, chop. Chop, chop real smooth now. Shout out to high school dances. You know, I don't envy the person that has to plan high school dances. That's probably the worst job in the world. Unless you like it, in which case you might be a strange human being. And I don't know how I feel about you as a human being. But like, shout out to people that plan school dances. You guys are crazy. That is some weird energy to put out in the world. Okay, I could just join these guys together, right? We could just join. Or Boolean. That was me in high school? Can you explain? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? You planned high school dances in high school? It's usually student council. You know what? You've relieved a lot of stress from me. Thank God it's students. Thank God it's students who do it. Because if it was adults doing it, I would feel super weird. At least it's students doing it. I can live with that. That's okay. That's acceptable. I remember the juniors would plan the senior prom. It's tradition. That wasn't a thing at my high school. That's kind of cool. I think if I redid high school, maybe I would do student council. I think I have a brain for it, and I think I might have missed out on learning some of that stuff. But, you know, I'm not a kid anymore, so there's no going back. I believe I have solved my problem here. Is it glorious? No. It actually looks kind of bad. But we did solve it. And I have to acknowledge that I did solve it. And now I'm starting to think, how do I fix this? What if we do a loop cut? Oh, you can't. Okay, we got it. We're here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this until we get a merge by distance that we like. Oh, we're getting both of the new songs right in a row. How lucky are we? Love climbing trees. Is that why you're good? Is that the thing? Is that the idea of the day? Is climbing trees? You know, I kind of like climbing trees too, honestly. I was kind of thinking, you know, I don't know if I like climbing trees. Of course I like climbing trees. I love climbing trees. I got a big old monkey brain. I can get down with climbing trees. There's nothing wrong with that. Or is it climbing? Okay, CQDK, I think you might be in a bit of a mood right now, and I'm not sure if I can read it. Now, the real question is, what the heck am I doing here? Because I'm getting a little curious about this. Let's go ahead and merge by distance real quick. It's going to get quicker in just a sec, trust me. I'm making sure I'm doing everything correctly first, because I'm getting a little weirded out by this process. We'll get there, I promise. Just got the best video of me climbing my favorite tree. That's kind of a big mood. That's a big old mood right there. What do you do with these videos? Or is it just like home recordings and you just kind of keep them? Or what do you do with these? Is that going to work? It's going to have to, I guess. So I don't know if I'm doing this right. Something about this feels very, very wrong. But I mean, I'm just going for it. You know, what else can I do? Oh, you know what? I definitely messed up. Huh. I've given myself quite a challenge. You know what probably needs to happen? Oh, I know exactly what needs to happen. We got it. We're here. Check this out. Boom, we're going to go all the way around. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not what I want. What mood I'm in, but I've been sitting down the same thing for 5 hours and it's not drawing. Draw something else. Make something else. Go live your best life. Wow, I don't know what I am doing. I think I'm just not on today. You know, it's one of those days where I'm not sure if I'm really here right now. This could all be just in my imagination. I could just be an illusion and you all could just be tuning into like a ghost right now. If I dissolve that, that is bad. I want this to go straight, that to go straight, but I need these to level out. I know there's an easy way to do it, but I don't know what the easy way is. So I'm going to do this real quick, and I need this line right here. So if I remove these two, it's making you feel calm somehow. CQDK, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What makes you feel calm? Are we still talking about climbing a tree, or are we talking about drawing? Okay, so I'm going to delete you two. And why is this just going straight? What are you doing? Share with the class. What do you got going on? Okay, you know what? I've really messed this up. I'm going to do my next best thought. We're going to go back to what I was doing before. And I'm going to give this a shot. If this works, then I can solve this problem, no problem. This looks a little sketch for me, though. So we have this, and now I'm going to bisect it in half, and I'm going to try and raise it up to be rounded. And then I think we're okay. We never talked about drawing. I said it's not. CQDK. I can't parse what you're saying. I'm not understanding. Got it. Okay, we have to do it manually. That's okay. I think doing it manually might be good for us. Let this be a lesson that if you ever think you know what you're doing in 3D modeling, you don't. Every time you have like the solution to a problem, like about 30 minutes ago, I was like, oh, I know exactly how I'm going to do this. And I thought about it, and it didn't go exactly as planned. So here we are. So we're going to redo this in a way that makes a little bit more sense to us. Do you have a reference for what you're trying to make? I'm trying to make those big copper pipes that you see in sewage systems. Beyond that, no. But I'm just making a big old copper pipe. I mean, it's not like, it's nothing too crazy. Nothing too weird. Okay, so we're going to kind of have to guesstimate here, and this is not my favorite part of this process, but just pretend you don't see this, okay? This is going to be our little secret. For everybody that's here right now, this is our secret. Don't tell Simo, because I know Simo's not here, and Simo's definitely not going to post in chat. That would be crazy for Simo to be here right now, so don't tell Simo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a smooth. I'm going to push this guy out by -1 and no, -0.1 and 0.1. We're going to lower this angle. So the big copper pipes on the walls in the sewer systems, they have valves and rings on them. Yes, those are the ones. That's what I'm working on. That is today's vibe, is big old copper pipes. Kind of want to do... No, put proportion back on. Can we do a sphere? Sphere might be the one. Nope, it has to be smooth. There's an operation here that I don't understand, that I wish I understood, but that's for another day to learn. But I think this is going to be okay. Let's check those angles, make sure they look all right. They look a little weird because the normals are weird, but that's nothing we can't fix easily. So I'm going to go ahead and press Alt-H, bring this guy back, and... That looks bad. That looks bad. So the question is, how on earth am I going to do this? How on earth am I going to do this? Hmm. So like, let's just give ourselves like consolidation, right? I'm going to put on a subsurface. And that looks terrible, right? So we've messed that part up. What I need to do... Okay, here's what I need to do. I need to take a point here, pull it straight out, and then connect it here. So I need to connect points. Yes. Here's what we're doing. Get rid of those grids. Okay, so let this be a lesson to you. Make sure you sleep enough at night. To everybody out there, this is what lack of sleep does to a person. So this is I get probably this way maybe like once a week, honestly. So just remember to sleep well and stretch before bed. I'm gonna go ahead and extrude an edge, and it's got to be at a perfect angle, and then we'll be ready to go. And this should work. Rest in peace, sleep. You know, that's just how it be. If I were to extrude... Hold on. If I extrude this guy out... Oh, nope, that's going to be bad. Let's apply our scale real quick. Let's extrude this guy out, and then we're going. What is this going to do for me? What is this going to do? If I extrude this out... Huh. You know what I can... Okay. I'm going to try something new. I'm experimenting, and then I'm giving up on this. I probably should have done the straight pipe first, but I had a weird vibe for how I was going to do this, so that's on me. But we're going to extrude this guy straight out using global, and it's on the X. There we go. Extrude you out on the X. We're going to do this for every single one. When pipes split, it's more square. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to make a square, but I'm just struggling. That's definitely the thing for me right now. Okay, yeah, boom, we got it. Here's what I'm gonna do. How we're gonna merge them together is a different story, but we'll get there when we get there. But this is it. Or a T. We're going to make a T as well, don't you worry. Boom. Oh, here we go. We've done it. Okay. I know I said that like 3 times, but this is it. We've done it. We do that. And we do the exact same thing down here. What a song. So I got into VR chat recently. I got like really into VR chat. VR chat's lovely. I mean, it gets like a rap, right? It's an awkward game with awkward people that, you know, like to annoy each other and stuff like that. That's 100% true. But it's interesting. VR chat has a weird vibe to it. It's like little worlds that people build, and you just experience these things that people have built for you. And somebody took all of Phantasy Star Universe and recreated it in VR chat. I mean, not all of it. They recreated levels from Phantasy Star Universe. And I think it's called Kakagawa Hot Springs, which is the music that you're listening to right now. And they recreated it in VR chat. And like, I'm somebody that spends a lot of time outside in nature. I really like hiking. I really like bike riding. I really like being out. And one of the biggest reasons I like being outside is it just kind of makes me feel like at peace. Like it's I think in Buddhism you call it like power spots, like power zones. And I like associate a lot of energy with places, but it's very physical. It's in the real world, and it should be because the real world's important, right? Like the virtual worlds are artificial. But I feel like a real something towards very specific games. And I don't really like Phantasy Star Universe. It's not a very good game. It's a little ham-fisted, but something about this place just does it to me. There's just something magic about the way they made this level. What it is it's a series of hot springs that are in these giant trees. And so you're going like across branches in these trees, and they're like cherry blossoms, so like pink leaves are like raining down on you, and it's just this like it's just such a lovely little place to look at. And there's all these hot springs everywhere. And it's just like romantic and sweet, and you can look out off the tree and there's a big giant like sprawling forest in front of you. And I mean, they just did it. It has a very Japanese charm to it. But yeah, going there in VR chat was pretty emotional. Weirdly emotional for a game about strangers screaming at each other and trying to get each other's attention with their funny stories. So anyway, everyone should try VR chat once or twice. It's awkward. It's weird. I'd recommend going in with no mic for a little bit because the idea of interacting with strangers who are anonymous and can kind of get away with whatever they want. Wait. This is fine. This is fine. I can work with this. I just messed up. I just realized I messed up hard. That's okay, though. I can fix this. This is an easy fix. Yeah, go try VR chat. That's my recommendation for the day. Okay, so that's that. And now I need to grab all of this and pop it up to here because I didn't think with my brain. There we go. Get it really nice in there. Also, VR chat is a good simulation of whether you should be a streamer or not. If you can get people's attention in VR chat, then shout out to you. You're good. There we go. So I apologize for the clunky process that I'm doing this. I know there's an infinitely faster way to do it. I just don't know what it is. So, you know, judge me all you like. I deserve it. There we go. You know what? I'm just going to take all of these and pull them all back just a little bit. And then now we can work off of this. Give ourselves just a little bit less distance to work with each one. And this should solve our problem pretty easily. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, that should work. There's still a problem to be solved here, and I'm kind of freaking out about how I'm going to do it. But you know what? It is what it is. And once I make that nice copper material that I'm good at making, it's all going to be worth it in the end. We're going to have a beautiful, beautiful model, and, you know, we're all going to love it. Okay. Let's dig in here. So that is about what that looks like. And we're going to start by merging these 2 points up here, and then we're going to slowly trail it back. And I got to worry about my intersections here in just a second, but we'll be here. Yeah, I'm trying to think how I would have solved this without doing this big old process. I'm not sure if I can figure that part out. All right, cool. That's that. And let's grab it and let's merge by distance. We merged 1, which is exactly what we wanted. And now the question is, how are we going to do this? What I think we should do is I think we should just use the knife tool to cut a line right here. Now that everything's in the right spot, if I use the knife tool and I'm precise enough with it, we're probably good to go. So let me get in real tight in here. Wow, that I don't like that pixelation. Okay, there's that. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be perfect. Press enter. And that's one side done, and it looks really good. Okay, excellent. We're here. We've done it. Somehow, by the grace of the 3D gods, we have done it. There's always a solution. Press enter, and we're done. Ugh. Thank you, Blender God. Okay, so I didn't do that one, which is not good, but it's usable. So let me delete this part real quick and delete this part real quick. We can delete you guys. Oh, look at that. Not bad. Cool. So now I just got to come in and fix you, which means I can take you and hide you. And now we want to take, nope, we don't want to do that. We want to keep you in. Go back to here and grab Longboy. Okay, so Longboy is going to get cut right on this boundary. Okay, right there. And we're going to go up to you. Press enter. It's cut. No. It got messed up. Why is it messed up? Why are you messed up? What's the matter? What's going on? Okay. Okay, onto here, and please go on up and cut correctly. Please cut. Please cut. Please cut. Yes. Yes, we've done it. What? That one didn't cut. Some weird stuff going on here. Huh. Huh. Well, I can probably fix this pretty easily. I'm actually going to use some auto merging real quick. So let's just take it upon ourselves to auto merge, and then we'll be back. So I'll just do a little bit of that. And I'm not going to think too much about it. We're just going to put you back. At this point, if it's a little sloppy, that's okay. If anybody ever plays this game and realizes that the pipes are a little bit messy, I don't know how they would ever in their life notice that. But good on you. You get like the secret achievement or something. You get the you notice that the pipes are bad achievement. And that's okay. That's fine with me. You know, there's part of me that thinks if this game comes out, there's going to be at least a few people who come back and watch these streams and are be like, that's how this game was made? And, you know, that's a scary thought, but also a very real thought. And maybe I don't mind it that much. So we're going to merge by distance, and I'm going to up the distance just a little bit so we get all of those merges together. And look at that beautiful baby. Wow. Cut those guys together. and we're going to recalculate the outside of this thing, and then we're done. Officially, we're done. And my God, did it take a while. Okay. We've done it. We've done it, folks. Let's go ahead and just recalculate the outside of this guy. This one looks super bad. Why are you bad? Why are you bad? Why is this one bad, huh? What are you doing? If I recalculate outsides, recalculate insides, recalculate outsides, what's the matter with you? Huh. Well, that's going to be a problem later. But we'll dig into that once we dig into that. So last but not least, now that I've done all of this was just the process. Oh, it's because this part merges. I understand. Get rid of you. Can we dissolve you? We can't. Why can't we dissolve these? Dissolve that edge. Dissolve it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I don't want it. Get rid of this edge. Dissolve into one face. Dissolve. Why is there so many cuts on here? What's happening? Why can't I get rid of these? That was weird. Well, that explains why we had issues earlier with our normals. So normals are fixed. Bada boom. So we're just going to make sure all of that is now nice and contained into one thing. And then we are looking super good all of a sudden. It's almost like it didn't take me 30 minutes to get here. You know, sometimes I stream and we do like 1,000 things in an hour. Sometimes I stream and I do one thing in an hour. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I can't be that upset about it. I'm unapologetically a newbie. Oh, hello? What is that? Why is there a, Oh, get rid of you guys. We don't want you. There's no need for that. What is up, Mr. Six? Using my official name. Mr. Six, how's the bar going? There we go. There we go. Oh, perfect. It's like you never even saw it being weird in the first place. My Catholic name? Absolutely, my Catholic name. It's the name the Mother Mary gave to me when I was born. Is that sacrilegious? I think that's actually sacrilegious. You know, my apologies. I'm not that apologetic, but I'm not trying to say I'm the son of Mary or anything like that. That would be a little regrettable. Oh, we've done it. We've made a pipe. Oh, we've done it. We made a pipe. How did we do it? I don't know. Nothing much, just chilling. How's life treating you? It's good. I'm very tired. I'm not like tired. I'm not like I'm not gonna go to sleep or anything like that. But just a little sleepy. I'm kind of at a point in life right now where I know what's next, but I'm just like, you know, I'm like Goku with a spirit bomb above my head, like accumulating enough energy to do it. And I know you just do it, right? I know. I've done enough business management in my life. I understand how like doing things works, but I'm just at a point right now where I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm synthesizing all the energy I need to synthesize to get it done and feel whatever I need to feel. And that's okay. Is this... You know what? It's fine. This is fine. I'm not going to think too much about it. The more I think about it, the more stressed I think I'm going to get. But I do want to take this guy back just a little bit. And I want to pull you on up to here. Let's say 1.3 is perfectly fine. And I'm going to pull you back to negative 1.3. And they're definitely not... Does a perfect square fit in there? Here we go. Here's a good test. Here's a good way to test this. Does a square fit in here? Well, it looks about perfect to me. Okay, I think I did it right. Take your time, Bruta. Of course. Are you making a gun? I am not making a gun. I am making a pipe. Or a series of pipes. I'm making like a modular pipe system. So I'm going to make a bunch of little pieces of pipes, and then the pipes are going to come together to make a big old thing. There we go. So that is the beginning of pipe number 1. So let's go ahead and make pipe number 2. And I think we should be okay. I do need to take it upon myself to make one thing, although I'm a little bit worried how it's going to look. So let's wait. Actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to cut you, I'm going to cut you, and we're going to just do a little bit of that. And now we can go ahead and build one more pipe. So this is our little section. That's our little piece of splitting. What is a gun if not a pipe that shoots? Mr. Six, that was I think that was real out of character. I've never heard that kind of expression from you. Okay, so now I've done messed up, and I need to make them exactly the same. Also, I believe somebody just got home, so I'm going to go ahead and close my door real quick. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Trying new things, that was a little bit cringe. What are you talking about? What was cringe? You love having a second monitor? I also love having a second monitor. I don't think I could imagine watching Twitch without a second monitor. So any of you that are watching without a second monitor, like, shout out to you. You're a super fan. You're crazy. All right. So that is gonna be our pipe. That's a pretty good looking pipe if you ask me. I have you on my second monitor while I'm doing jumping puzzles in Final Fantasy XIV. Are there jumping puzzles in Final Fantasy XIV? Isn't that strange? I'm watching on my phone. Well, phone is a second monitor, right? Like, let's be real. Phones are second monitors. GZ, and we're going to come on down to here and make sure that these guys are pretty close. Gold saucer minigame stuff? Yeah, this is beyond me. I don't track all this. Hey, Genshin Impact. Okay, so there's 2 pipes. Now, I was told to make a T section. So let's make a little T section on this pipe. I'm thinking, how in the world am I going to do this? I kind of wanted to do 45-degree angle pipes, but I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to, like, lose my mind if I do that. And it's already gone. I already don't have a mind. Oh, man. You know what? I have definitely messed up. No, I can solve this very quick. Okay, so we're gonna solve this problem really quick. Copy, paste, bring you on over. Copy, paste. We're gonna grab you. We're gonna flip you around. Why is the object of origin weird? Okay, we'll just fix that. There we go. Copy paste. Rotate you around by 90 degrees. This should look a little familiar, right? We're going to grab you. We're going to put you on a Boolean. We're going to Boolean you to this guy, which is cylinder number 4. Get rid of cylinder number 4. Whoops, don't do that. Hit apply. Now we can get rid of cylinder number 4. That's not what I wanted. We want a union between you two, and now we hit apply, and now we get rid of cylinder number 4, and we grab you, and we go to edit mode, and we get real quick, real fast. This is going to be super easy. Not even going to think about it. So all we want to do is cut you guys out. And why it's being weird like this, I don't know. But easy enough. And this one is mega easy. This one doesn't require me to think too much. I don't have to do all the crazy stuff I was doing earlier. I can just do it like this, and the problem is solved. Cool. So that is that. And then we'll have ourselves a T-section, a 90-degree angle, and a straight pipe. Can anybody think of any other kind of pipes I should be using? I haven't gotten to valves and stuff yet, so we're going to get to valves. But as far as just the geometry of pipes, anybody have any ideas? Oh, that's perfect. That looks great. The only thing I think I want to do is to try and cover this. Yeah, we can do this very easily. Do it super quick, super easy. Just by doing this all the way across. Something's really weird here. Let's just do a merge real quick and see if we merge something. There we go. Yep, we got it. Okay, that is going to be a real easy subdivision right down the middle, and then we're going to cut you, and then we're going to cut you, and it's complete. Oh, who would have thought I could do it? Color me pretty pleased with that one. Now, if I did everything correct, which I don't think I did everything correctly, this should be 1.3, right? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this really carefully. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and pop you on down on the y-axis until they merge perfect with one another. That's pretty good to me. And then I can just grab this guy and pop this guy on up until they reach roughly the same. Which is going to be 0.65. Yeah, that'll work. And then now it's just an easy thing where I come back by 0.65. So 0.65 and 0.65. I'm trying to formulate a question, but my English today is a little bit sucky. Hey, well, 1, I don't mind bad English. And 2, you don't owe anybody anything, Mr. 6. You just live your best life. You don't need to ask questions if you don't want to ask questions. I'm sure you do want to ask questions, but it's not a requirement. I think I only need to worry about the bottom of this. So let's get rid of that one. Nope, I definitely need to worry about all of them. Never mind. You do want? Okay. I mean, I don't mind bad English at all. Why not? Let it rip. Beyblade, Blade. Okay, I can't speak either. My English is also sucky today. If that makes you feel any better. We'll say that looks just about perfect. That looks good. Yeah, this works. Cool. So we got ourselves 3 pipes. Nice and easy. So the question remains, how are we going to do this last part? Well, the last part should be pretty easy, but it's going to require a bit of thinking on our part. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab you and put a loop cut on here. Oh man, this is going to require a bit of thinking. So let's do an SZ0. That looks all right to me. I can live with that. So what I want to do is grab you, scoot you out just a little bit, come back to this guy. Actually, 180. There we go. Get these guys really close together so I can take a look at them. And I'm going to edit both of them. And we're going to do this. So SZ0. That looks about perfect. I'm going to say that looks about perfect to me. Have you ever wished that you were not ever born? What a question. No. I like my life. I've struggled at times. I mean, I've had issues. I've had really dark moments in my life, like extremely dark moments, but no, I've liked life. I enjoy life. Life's a cool thing, and I'm living for my passion, which is all I could ever hope for. My finances could use some help. Financially, you know, I've made some weird decisions in my life, and to some degree, I'm kind of paying the price for that. But like artistically, I'm doing great. You know, to that point, I think I grew up in a way. I think my parents maybe thought this about me, and my parents have been pretty cool to me as far as you know, like how I was raised and what I was allowed to get away with and stuff like that. My parents were pretty cool about everything. But like, what are we listening to? Oh, this is like the B-side. I didn't realize this song had a B-side. My bad. I accidentally let too much of this song in. Yeah, my parents were pretty cool about the way I was raised. But I also think they had maybe an assumption that I was like a pretty logical person. Because I am. I'm an extremely logical person. And I think they kind of just assumed that I was going to sort of take a straight path through life, be a little bit of like a mathy, sciencey sort of guy. I did physics in college. I was a physics guy. I loved physics. And I kind of thought that's sort of how everybody viewed me for a long time. And then in my adult life, I've switched over to being like quite an artist. I'm quite a weirdo artist at this point in my life, as you can see, obviously. And, you know, I never really thought of myself as having the ability to be like a starving artist. I always thought, you know, I'm going to get like a good job. I'm going to like have it kind of made, and I might be just a little bit bored with life. And now I'm like living exactly the opposite of that. And so I think that might be a little bit surprising. It's surprising to me, but it might also be surprising to other people in my life. So it's kind of interesting to just kind of be in that boat right now. There we go. Does that look good enough? I think that looks okay. This should be all right. I'm okay with this. I can live with this little bit of geometry here. And then we'll leave the bottom like this. That's going to be that path. And this can also be a triangle. And if that's a triangle, then that can just be a quad. And we've done it. Is that good geometry? That's not very good geometry, but it's really interesting, and it's very low geometry. I think we keep it just like this. There's a part of me that wants to even, like, just do this, right? Is there any harm in this? Is there going to be any harm in this whatsoever? There is, because of that guy right there. So if I do this... Maybe this is the way we do it. That looks okay to me. Yeah, so anyway, I hope I'm not a starving artist. I hope I don't, starve and struggle financially for the rest of my life. I've been very good with money throughout my life. I'm a pretty, thank you, Mr. Six. There's your stream sneeze. Yeah, I mean, I've been very good with money. I'm extremely good with money. It's the earning part that can be a little bit of a struggle, I think, for everybody. It's that philosophy. There's a lot of people, like, you see extreme couponers. Hey, folks, if you're an extreme couponer, I'm about to, like, ruin your whole life. So, sorry, but also, like, you're welcome because you need to hear this. Hold on, I screwed up somewhere. Oh, I see. When you see, like, really extreme couponers and they're working, like, 40 hours a week to save $100 on their groceries or something like that, it's like, that's all well and good if that's your hobby. I mean, you're, like, annoying every single employee of that company, and that's not cool. Like, your minimum wage workers don't deserve, like, your harassment, but I guess I can't stop it. But the one thing that I can say to those people who are extremely into, like, couponing and stuff, is if you're saving $100 or whatever a week with using 40 hours of effort, just, like, do the math in your head. Get a job. Like, if you get a job, you're going to earn way more than that. And if you get a job and you get good at it, or you have a passion, or you push yourself in a new way, you're going to make infinitely more money than that. And so I have kind of a problem with people who focus so much on saving money and not enough energy on earning money. Because earning money is way more productive than saving money. Like, not that you shouldn't try and save money, and not that you shouldn't try to be efficient and all of that jazz. But, like, if you're putting that much effort into saving money, just earn money. And I know that's not easy. I know that's not like, just, oh, okay, I'll earn money. I'll get a job tomorrow, right? Like, some people have trouble with that, and, certainly the economy is scary. But, like, I don't know. I have so much trouble with people who waste so much time in the name of money, but they're not earning any money. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's too weird for me. If 40 hours of effort makes $100 for you, that's unbelievable. That's $2.50 per hour. You're making $2.50 per hour. And in the United States, that's not enough money to live off of. Maybe it's different in other countries, but, like, that's not a smart way to live your life. Beryl, what's up? I'm good. I struggled with making some pipes for a little bit, but we are officially here, and we're doing great. And now I'm going off on couponing, because, I don't know, why not? Because I'm a nut job. Because if I couldn't find any other group of people to, berate, then I guess here we are. So, I'm just going to keep making these pipes, and we are almost an hour in, and I'm feeling, not too bad about where we are. I got a little flustered in the beginning when I messed up, but I think we're here now. I think we're okay. And now that we're here, I think it'll be pretty easy to finish the job, and we're good. Rowdy Roddy Piper. Once more? What does that mean? Rowdy Roddy Piper. That sounds like either a UFC fighter or a porn star. And I'm not sure which. I'm not super versed in either. So, can't say I would know about that. It's a WWE guy? Okay, well, I was close with, MMA. Why did you mention him? What's up with him? Is there something going on? Okay, so last but not least, we're going to rotate this guy based on object of origin, which is kind of gross looking now. Do this by -90, and we're Gucci. Pipe? Oh, I understand. You want to name the pipe. So anyway, what I'm doing here, just to explain, because I've been doing this for a while now, and to anybody who's watching this, I apologize. Hey, it's our once a day spam call. So, you know, my car's extended warranty is in jeopardy, or I don't know, whatever. Since we're here, I'll explain. I'm going to be making some slimes in a little bit. I kind of thought about making like a mutated rat, and then I realized how impossible that's going to be for me to do. So I am going to make some slimes, a la Slime Rancher. So I'm going to make, you know, just a typical like water goo looking slime. But if anybody has any ideas for specific stuff they'd like to see, please mention it. Because I'm going to be in that boat in just a second. Okay, so let's do 2 of these guys. So I'm going to pop these guys on up. If you have enough of other incomes, you can afford to work 100 hours a week if you are the kind of person that has fulfillment in something that does not earn that much money. That's not what we were talking about, Beryl. I'm talking about people who do extreme couponing, and they go to great lengths to save a small amount of money instead of developing a skill, opening an Etsy shop, something like that. And I'm not saying that it's required. Like, you know, there's some people that have a disability. Maybe that's offensive to say. I don't know if that's offensive to say. There's people who cannot develop certain skills. They're not confident enough. They don't want that pressure on them. Stuff like that. That's fair. Whenever you see extreme couponers, that is not the case. And maybe, you know, the way that it's portrayed in media is not the reality of the situation. And that's probably very fair. That's probably extremely fair. But, man, I don't know. There's just something about that group that's like, what a waste of energy. Because all you're doing is you're annoying retail workers. If it weren't for that, like if they were just doing their own thing, that's fine. But like if you're harassing a cashier at your grocery store, I don't care. There's no excuse. I got nothing for you. I don't accept that. Okay, so let's go ahead and solidify a little bit of this with some, let's say 1. Nope, that's too much. 0.1. That's a decent looking pipe. That'll do. And what you can do is go real cool and do a Control L and link your modifiers. And now they're all linked. And they don't scale correctly, which is weird. There we go. Now they scale correctly, which is not weird. And we're going to shade all of these guys correctly. So you need to be auto-smoothed to 45s. And you need to be auto-smoothed to 45s, and we're there. Oh, that looks pretty good. Color me pretty impressed with this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply. And apply. And apply. And then we go for it. So let's grab all of them. And what I'm going to do is bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Boom, boom, I missed it, boom, boom, and a boom. And if I extrude along normals, we should be looking perfect. Looking pretty good. I feel like Emerald Lagasse when I say boom. Is Emerald still relevant? I feel like he's gone. I feel like he's gone from this earth. All right, I've been asked the age-old question. Am I religious? No. 0%. I'm not religious. I have a lot of feelings about religion. I will go ahead and just put this out in the world, and to everybody who I offend, come at me, I guess. Like, let's have a conversation. But I really think organized religion is damaging. I think religion in the modern world, when we are given so much scientific evidence, is super disagreeable. If religion is a thing that you do to gain a social environment, and you're doing it to like feel something and just be close to people, you're great. You're lovely. You're awesome. I got no problem. We're cool. If it's a social gathering for you, understood. We're okay. I understand. The world is very lonely right now, and every friend that you can make is great. Cool. You are not a part of this. If your goal is to quote unquote save people and bring them into your religion, we're enemies. We're done. If your goal is to convince people who are not a part of your religion to become a part of your religion, you are a negative person. You are not a cool person. I think it is really damaging and really strange to think that your God or being or whatever you believe in hates people so much that they would send them to fiery doom because they don't go to a building and pay donations to other human beings. If you believe that legitimately, just think. Just put two and two together. That's wild. That is a crazy way to live your life. If it's a social gathering, we're cool. We're real cool. I got no problem with you. The US is a very religious place, right? In some ways, the US kind of feels like it might be the most religious or the least religious place. And I have a hard time kind of understanding that because there's a lot of non-religious people. Oh God, I just messed up. There's a lot of very non-religious people here. Like you couldn't go. If you go into a city in the country, it's maybe a little bit challenging. But if you go into like the city, you could go days on end without experiencing any religious iconography at all. If you look for it, you'll notice people wearing crosses, people will have a conversation, stuff like that. But overtly, you could go a long time without seeing anything related to religion. It just depends where you are. I live in Orlando, Florida, which is a big city, but also kind of like a wide open city. And when you're driving, it'll be like religious, 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 no religion, no religion, no religion, religious, religious, religious. There's a growing trend of non-religious people in the States at the moment. It's rather rapid. Yeah. It's just kind of 50-50 here. It just depends where you are. Okay, so I can go ahead and pop on a little bit of a bevel on here. Yeah, but I personally stay away from religion. It just ain't me. I know lots of religious people that I am cool with and that we have literally no problem with one another. We get along just fine. All's well. And I know a lot of religious people where I don't feel that way about them. Where I do not want to be around them. The worst thing is when you have like religious managers at your job. I've had a couple of religious managers in my life, and there's always this weird like when you're working a job, there's expectations at your job, right? You gotta sell enough of the product or have a high enough customer service score or get along with your teammates or push enough work every day or whatever. There's always some expectation. But whenever you have a religious boss, there's always this extra little like, but are you doing it kindly? And it's like, it's work. It's not meant to be kind. Not that I'm not a kind person. I'm a very nice person, but like I don't know. I don't want to have to sell people iPhones in the name of God. That just doesn't make any sense to me. That's not how my brain is programmed. And I've had a lot of that in my life. Okay, we got ourselves some pipes. Those are looking pretty solid. As soon as religion is used to try and justify hating somebody, yeah, absolutely. If you're negative for any reason, goodbye. If you came at me and you said that you were anti-war, I would say, why? You know, do you not like violence? Okay, that's cool, because you don't want people to get hurt. You don't want people to die. Excellent. If you say, I hate gay people because of religion, okay, do you not want people to get hurt? Oh, you do want people to get hurt. We're done. We're out. Conversation over. Goodbye. There's no need for that. That's really cruel. Okay. So, religion, you know. I'm sure there's been one or two people who have felt a little ostracized here. So, you know, get your, just soak it up, think about it, get your points across. There is a point to religion, in my opinion. I do think religion serves a purpose in the world. It's just a little outdated. And, if you're a religious person, I think you have to hold the really harsh people that are in your community responsible. If that doesn't define you, that's good, but those people still exist. So you can't just say, "Oh, that doesn't define me," and you get your hands off. Like, you still have a job to do. You still have to like account for those people. Otherwise, you are going to be assumed to be a part of that. Whether that's fair or not, I don't know. That's a different question. All right, so we got ourselves a little bolt. I'm experimenting with the idea, should I make this bolt round? I think I should. Just a little bit of rounding. Oh, that looks good. Cool. Cool. Now, I want to try and make an array. A lot of people forget only the sinless can throw stones. My mom loves that quote. That's like my mom's favorite quote. That's definitely the way that you need to look at it. Like, who gets to be the judge? I mean, that's like what's wrong with like dictatorships and stuff, right? It's like you can start a communist government and have the best of intentions, but the moment somebody not cool comes into power, then it all crumbles. And religion, I think, follows a similar sort of aesthetic. Like, okay, if you want to, like, if your goal is to have a religion and like take care of people and be nice, that's cool. That's fine. No problem at all. Until the next person comes along and they don't feel that way and they're trying to take advantage of it. That's a problem. Here in Brazil, in every corner, we have a church and a bar. That's not far off from how it is here, honestly. What is this? How do I do this? The offset is 2. It would require... Yo, what up? If hypothetically God was real... Hey, Rindinator, welcome to God Talk with pipes. We're making pipes and talking about God. If hypothetically God is real and Jesus was real and Jesus came back, he isn't going to be his followers in the megachurch. He'd be ostracized by people in the community like LGBT. I agree. I agree. I think it's always been that way. It's always been, just... Why is this not following a curve? It's always come down to the meek shall inherit, right? That's always kind of been the wisdom. Apparently my laptop is on the wrong account. Let me switch quick. Oh, I'm assuming Rindinator must be Simo, given the yo. That was a very Simo response. Color me confused. Color me very confused about this, but I actually know how to solve this manually. You know, it's been a manual kind of day, so let's just do a little bit of manual. What does it matter, right? So I'm going to add a mirror modifier with this pipe, which I think is cylinder number 1. You are straight pipe. You are 90 pipe. You are T pipe. There's another one in here. Oh, yep. You are screw, and you are deleted. Come on, get deleted. Okay, so we want straight pipe. Nope, we want to set origin to geometry. Thank you, very great. And now we're gonna go back to you, and you're gonna be on Y as well, which isn't going to work because I messed up. If I take this and I rotate it, what happens? Oh, yes, perfect. Is it hard to make friends in the United States? Ooh, that's a hard question. That's a real hard question, Mr. Six. That's a really hard question. I'm probably not the right person to ask. I'm not very good at making friends. I'm going to say probably not. If you don't have a fear of rejection. If you have a fear of rejection, it's probably like roughly impossible, but that's probably true everywhere if I'm being real. But I would say if you don't have a fear of rejection, it's probably like you're going to make a friend every 3 to 5 people you interact with. Like if you just go out to like a park somewhere and you just go like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? Enough people are going to receive that well. Enough people are going to be like, oh, you're cool. As long as you prove that you're not a murderer. I think enough people are pretty cool in the United States. The US is really big. Some places are more friendly, and it helps if your ideals match the area you live in. Absolutely, especially culturally. If you can hold a conversation with somebody about whatever they're interested in, then you're in. Okay, so we got ourselves this lovely little bit of screws. I'm gonna go ahead and hide the straight pipe real quick, and we're gonna grab these guys, and we're gonna go for it. So we're just gonna do a little bit of rotating. The rotating only really needs to be kind of minor because it's such a small level of symmetry that we're using. So all I'm doing is watching these like extrusive angles here. Extrusive is definitely the wrong word for that, but I'm not going to be right about it. And that's okay. So there we go. Really simple angles. We're not going to think too hard about it. Anybody who wants to sit and count and look at this, my guest. Boom. Easy peasy. Cool. So what we want to do here is twofold. We're going to do 2 things really quickly. We're going to copy you, and we're going to bring you over until you fit real close on this. Hey, that's okay, Simo. To your point of, is it easy to make friends in the United States? I will give you a quick little story of a couple of friends that I made recently, who may or may not be in chat right now. We'll let that be a little secret for a while. But I made some friends recently, and I made friends through Discord, and it was entirely removed from the United States. Like, the US had nothing to do with it. And so in that respect, I would say that it is, it's probably in your best interest to make friends online. And then if you're geographically close together, then switch to in person. But as far as like specifically the United States, I would much prefer to make friends online than in the United States. Just because online you have a much bigger cross section of like, I agree with these people, or I feel close to these people, or whatever. Okay, so this is going to be the screws for the straight pipe. So these are straight screws. Let's keep our jokes to a minimum about straight screws. I mean, I guess you don't have to keep them to a minimum. You can make as many jokes as you want, I guess. We're gonna call these T screws. And we're gonna go ahead and mirror that to the T pipe with a Z. And the Z got messed up somehow. That's okay. We'll just do it just like that. And I will have to do this one, but that'll be okay. That'll be easy, actually. This one might be a little bit more challenging. So we'll call you 90 screws. So the T is done. I'm going to play The Witcher while I listen in. No worries. Straight screw. No thanks. Her. Junie said it. As a Latin American guy, sometimes I'm a little bit afraid of the States. Would you like to give us a little insight why? Because I think that'd be very enlightening for everybody. As an American, it is very easy for us to only ever hear about our own country. And I know the rest of the world hears about us more than they probably want to. So I'd love to get your opinion. What's going on? Why are you afraid of us? Not that there's not things to be afraid of. You're perfectly valid in saying that. But why? Specifically, what's weird about it? Racism? That's area by area. You're going to want to stick to cities. And if you're in cities, if you go to any major US city and somebody is racist to you loud enough, so if you go down a dark alleyway, that's your problem, right? That's your own problem. But if you're in like a Starbucks and somebody's racist to you, there will be enough anti-racists that will kick their butt verbally or physically, but they'll kick their butt one way or another. So if you're in the cities, you're fine. It exists, but it only exists if, like, you go to somebody's house or you put yourself in a really hard situation. It doesn't happen like in big, broad public areas. That's probably true everywhere. But it's easier to be in big, open, broad public areas in cities. So if you go to New York, if you go to California, I mean, anywhere in California, really. If you go to Orlando, you go to Portland, you go to Chicago, you're fine. You're fine. You got nothing to worry about. You'll be doing just fine. Okay. I'm going to do a negative 90 degree angle here. It's always important to keep like an eye out, right? It's always important because there can be problems everywhere. There's always weird people everywhere. There's people who hate their own kind, right? There's white people who hate white people, right? And like, or there's people who hate, just people in general. And so you always want to keep like your head on a swivel, right? That much is true. I wouldn't, just trust people unanimously across the board. But yeah, as far as like systemic, public, scary racism, you'll be okay. As long as you're around enough people, you're in a public enough environment, I wouldn't stress too much about that. There's no real reason to visit the smaller towns in the US anyway. There's nothing there. I don't agree with that. I could go on about why US is kind of scary, but I don't want to get too political here. Simo, we've been going off. You can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever the heck you want to say. Absolutely. Let's join those together, and we'll call these 90 screws, and we're done. We've made pipes, and it only took way longer than it should have. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not that colored about it. The annoying part is once I put this into Unreal, that's when the problems exist. Unreal, I don't know if anybody's ever used Unreal. I don't pity you. It's super annoying. You have to merge vertices in the worst way possible. If you go into Unreal, for anybody that hasn't used Unreal before, it gives you this. Check this out. It goes like this. And it says, would you like to put these two things together? And you have to click this vertice. And then you have to click this vertice, the one that matches on it, and stick them together. I can't just say, put these two objects together. You have to go vertice by vertice and make sure you're clicking the same one. And you have to hold down like 5 keys at once while you're doing it. Yuck. It is gross. It is not a good system. I don't know why they've opted for it. I don't know why it's industry standard. It's very weird. US is pretty scary. Even if individuals are less racist, systemic racism is a huge issue. Yes, but if you're visiting, I don't think it's as big of an issue. If you are a tourist, you don't really experience it the same way that people who live here do. Because systemic racism, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. But systemic racism is more about keeping people from buying land and keeping people from getting jobs and stuff like that, which is terrible. But if you're visiting, you won't really get affected by that. I mean, there's signs of it, obviously, but like, yeah, it's not as prominent as a lot of people think it is. It's always good to keep yourself in public areas abroad. There are people who get off to exploiting foreigners in every country. Absolutely. Japan is honestly one of the worst ones for that, which is surprising given how cool Japan is. The biggest thing that I've noticed is how much American media has influenced even in the political discussion here where issues are very different. We have never countered that Unreal thing, though. Oh, it's awful. I hate the Unreal thing. Oh, we have a weird grain. Why is there so much grain on here? That's new. I've never experienced the grain before. Yeah, America is a little bit big for its britches, unfortunately. There's like such an unfortunate amount of like US ego in the world. Like when Trump was going off about how the US is like number one, like US first, I think was his thing. There was such an amount, I know that's like what a lot of the world saw. A lot of the world saw that, and it was unfortunate. But for us here in the United States, there was such an amount of like, no, like please no, we don't want this. And it's very sad that was like a thing, that was ever even like in consideration for the way that people were being treated. I don't really believe that countries should be like independent from one another super much. It's important to have self-sufficient economies. I think it's really important for countries to have their own sense of identity, and if things go bad, that they don't rely on other countries. But beyond that, we should all be like trading with each other. We should all be sharing ideas and experiencing the same things. We shouldn't be like hoarding information from one another. That's super weird and really like not human. Hey. T wants everybody to take a nice drink. Everybody please take a drink and refresh yourself. I have the world's smallest mug today. My friend bought it for me because they thought it looked like a polygon. So shout out to my friend Liz for that. Okay, so what do I want to be doing here? I want to add a little bit of a roughness noise filter. And we want to get into some noise here as well. That looks pretty good. I always think that humanity is going to go one of two ways. We'll destroy ourselves by our own hubris, or we'll manage to get off of Earth and expand into the stars. I don't want either of those things. Space travel is inevitable. We'll get to space eventually. Obviously, humans are... We're really pushy, humans are. And of course, we're going to get to space eventually. Yeah, I'm also sure it'll be both. We're very pushy. We want to go to space. We want to do all this stuff, right? And it is what it is. But my problem is how if we go to space, inevitably, and it is inevitable, there is no other way to look at it, in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe people disagree with me, and that's great. But inevitably, if we go out to space, there will become a point where we become two different species. And that is horrifying to me. Because we already don't like ourselves. We're not going to like another version of ourselves. And I don't like that. I don't like that idea at all. That is very scary to me. So I dread that day. So I kind of want us to wait as long as possible to go to space. We need to work on our own planet. We need to work on our own stuff. Because I don't think we're able to have a relationship with extraterrestrial life. And I don't really believe in extraterrestrial life. Sorry to all you believers out there. But yeah, I would prefer that we solve that problem first. Let's do, on this guy, I'm going to do like a 0.5. And then this guy, I'm going to do like a 0.1. And that is our pipe. Pretty good looking pipe. If I do say so myself. It looks kind of gross, looks kind of muggy. Might even add a little bit more to it. Let's go 0.2 by a 0.7. That ain't half bad looking. Now I kind of want to add scratches to it. Maybe I'll look at a pipe and figure out what pipes look like first. But I think I want to add a little bit of scratching to it. Because pipes always get scratched. I don't know if it's like rats running on the pipes or something, but they're always scratched up. Okay. Hey, now we are cooking. You're not cooking. I'm going to make us another piece of copper, and this is going to be dirty, or this is going to be rust. And we're going to make this real easy by taking this and dropping it down and desaturating it quite a lot. And then getting like black, black, black. Like 0.05 with like a 0.3. And for this, we want to separate these guys a lot more. And make this a lot rougher. And make the scale smaller. And I suppose they should use some auto-normaling. Musk and Bezos racing to mine asteroids and becoming super powerful worries me enough already. Yeah. When people talk about how lovely Jeff Bezos, or not Jeff Bezos, when people talk about how lovely Elon Musk is, I'm like, big doubt. If he's a cool guy, I mean, from what I've heard, he's not a cool guy. But if he's a cool guy, that's great. Good for him. Good for him. Yeah, he seems not cool. But if he were cool, if he were let's say he's the nicest guy in the world. Let's say he's the sweetest. Let's talk about Bill Gates. Bill Gates, very nice. He's inventing really sustainable toilets for, you know, societies where getting like proper hygiene in toilets aren't very common. And he has just kind of a nice mentality when it comes to humanity and stuff like that. He's still a rich guy who wants to make a bunch of money. As much as you like him, good for you. As much as you like him, he's still a rich guy who wants to make money. And he has biases and power structures and all sorts of stuff. And he has yes men in his life. It's like, regardless of whether, he's a nice guy or not, again, that goes back to like the corrupting communist thing. Like, people can be corrupted even if they're good to begin with. I'd be careful about saying Gates is a nice guy. He is nicer than virtually all billionaires. But that doesn't, what I'm trying to say is the nicest billionaire in the world should never be trusted. Because things are corruptible. If you like me right now, okay, here we go. I'll say, I won't talk about anybody else. If you like me right now, if I'm nice to you and we've had nice conversations and I've treated you well and I might have DM'd you and we might have had conversations, maybe we've been on a voice call before, maybe we've met in person and you like me and I'm a good person. If I earn $1 billion tomorrow, you should stop trusting me. I don't care how nice I've been to you. It doesn't matter how good I've been to you. You should stop trusting me. And you stopping and trusting me, you stop trusting me, doesn't mean that you should ignore me, cut me from your life, never talk to me again. It just means that if I say, hey, do this thing, you should say, why? Why? Why should I do it? It's not healthy to think that way. It's not healthy to look at people that way. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody's free of charge. I'm not trying to say he's a great guy. I'm just saying, like, there's more to it than anything. Okay, so we have gone ahead and made ourselves some rusty little pipes, and I like the way they look a lot. I'm going to go ahead and leave the rust on because I want to see it, because I love the way it looks. You're going to love the way you look. Look at these beautiful pipes. I kind of want the game just to be shaded like this. Use like no HDRI, no lighting sources, and just have like flat shading. But no. Looks a little too plasticky for me. Okay, next up, we want to go ahead and make ourselves some valves. So let's make some valves. Everyone's favorite company that is no longer everybody's favorite company. We're going to work on some valve. Sorry to Valve. Valve, I think a lot of your business decisions are actually kind of cool, despite being a little shady. Valve's kind of a cool company. I like Valve. The company that can't count to 3? Absolutely. I kind of wonder how conscious of a decision that is. Like, Half-Life Alyx is such a power move. Like, okay, no, it's not going to be called 3. We're going to call it Half-Life. Oh, I got it. Alyx. It's like, that's a power move. What up, Sniper? Yeah, I like Half-Life Yellow a lot. When you can play as Pikachu, that's my favorite Half-Life game. There we go. We've made ourselves a little sweet roll. And I'm going to go ahead and I actually want to switch back to this because I need to be able to see what I'm doing right now. And just for the sake of seeing it right now, I'm going to switch this on over to a 90-degree axis, which I messed up because I typed with a slash. We're going to pop you on over here. Are you too hard on yourself? Man. What a question. Am I too hard on myself? We're making some pipes. Today is a pipe day. Am I too hard on myself? The short answer is yes. The long answer is I have a lot that I want to accomplish in life. And they're very multidisciplinary. So I kind of have to do a lot of different stuff if I want to accomplish my goals. Sniper has recommended that everybody take a nice drink of water. And so we're going to oblige, and we're all going to take a nice drink of water together. So go ahead and take a nice drink. Oh, some good, sweet nourishment. I think I'm hard on myself about the quantity of work that I do, but I think the quality of my work I'm very pleased with. I think I feel very comfortable with what I'm doing as far as a person goes. My big problem is the quantity. There's just so much that I want to accomplish, and it requires so much doing. Like, I've been actively working towards my quote unquote goals for like 4 years now. And I don't super have anything to show for it despite that. That's sort of like the volume of work that I'm doing. And I think that's not healthy to some degree. And I've lately taken strides to work against that. Because I do want to just make things and have stuff out in the world and say, hey, that's mine. I made that. I'm proud of it. That's cool. There's something cool about that. But yeah, there's just so much I want to be doing. I mentioned a long time ago, like maybe 2 months ago. I mentioned a long time ago that I want to do music on this stream. I want to start like producing some music on Twitch and see how it treats me. And that idea is still alive. Still possible, still thinking about it. It's just a matter of getting comfortable with a music environment and getting to the point where I can do it live. There we go. That'll do. Shade you smooth. Make you just a little bit skinnier. So we can just pop this guy anywhere we want, really. So this is just going to go on and off everywhere. The more you bite off, the longer it takes. That's true. All right. Hey, Sniper, I'm just going to make this like a blanket statement. I think you need to chill out a little bit. You get into some crazy stuff real quick. And it's not needed. So it's a little much. I know you're just having fun, but you get a little out there sometimes, and maybe you wanna be a little bit more considerate about other people's feelings with that stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do here is make a valve, and I am traditionally kind of bad at this. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in. Maybe I want to do a square. Actually, I got a better idea. I know how I want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and pop on a square here. A cube will do. A cube will do just fine. And here is the thought. So I'm going to go ahead and pop. We're going to grab both of these guys and scooch them on in. Like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a little circle in here and we'll get going. I probably should just be working with a subsurface and see where this takes us. And then we might be cool. So let's say that looks all right to begin with. And now I can dissolve these guys into each other. Dissolve these guys into each other. Inset both of these and bridge them. And then we're going to inset these guys and bridge them together. Oh, Fall Guys. What a crazy soundtrack. Always vibing on the sound or the Fall Guys soundtrack. All right. So, let's go ahead and bring that just down a little bit. Maybe it doesn't need to be so prominent. And then we have not too long to make a slime, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and like ace the slime first try. What do I want? I want a bridge. Yes. You guys look cool. We should do a Discord voice chat someday. I've kind of been thinking about doing stuff like that, but I'm a little bit weirded out about like open discussion. You know, people can go kind of out of control when they get that sort of power. I have the ability to ban people and stuff like that easily. You know, no worries, but it could be a little uncomfortable, I think. Yeah, Sniper, you might be one of the people that I'm the most worried about. Just putting that out there. But I'm not very intimidated by people in general about stuff like that. I wonder what sort of discussions we would get into, you know? Discord's a kind of a heavy beast, right? I do actually talk to a lot of people on Discord. I have pretty active relationships with people online, which is surprising. I didn't really think of myself as that kind of person. But I don't know. There's just something about like Discord specifically that sort of makes that a little bit easier, which is nice, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. We're going to double check it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we're at the point now where if anybody wasn't open-minded, they'd be very off-put by the sort of conversations that we have. I think we've made it kind of clear that we're just doing what we're doing, and if somebody doesn't like it, then it is what it is. Which was intentional, which was a big thing that I was going for. We can talk about the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which has a free trial that now goes to level 60. There we go. Open-minded. We talk about, you know, gay rights and religion and all sorts of stuff. Do I like this? I think I don't like this. There's something really ugly about this. Something looks really off. It looks like a fidget spinner. There's something just really weird about this. It's like so close to looking right. And I know what everyone's going to say, and I'm going to do it. We're doing it right now. Hold on. Before I get called out, here we go. Okay, so we got ourselves some valves. Oh yeah, civil is definitely the name of the game. I don't mess with non-civil people. That's not my energy. Do I want to just do a boring... Oh, I guess I am going to do this. And they all have a hex on top of them. Okay. Okay, cool. We got it. We're back. Also, I'm going to take a sec to look at our Blender recommendations, the voting. We got ourselves a blooper, a turtle, an alligator, a militia, and I'm not going to do that last one. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that one off. It's a lot of different animals, but we're going to have to put the animals together, just to keep that in mind. I should make that clear every time we vote, that I'm making like one thing or one scene. But I could make like a turtle. Yeah, Simo, they're always doing animals. I can't control it. Okay, so let's pop back into Blender and let's make this valve real quick. And then I'm going to make a slime, and then I'm going to think about what we're doing for our speed sketch. So what do I need? I need a division of 4. That's a division of 4 right there. Question is... No, this will be perfect. This will work just fine. Yeah, easy. Problem solved. We're going to go ahead and push this guy on up. We're going to go ahead and bring you on down to here. And we'll go ahead and start bridging. What are your idea on aliens? We do have an AMA thing in the channel points. Keep that in mind. But I was talking about aliens earlier. I don't believe in aliens. I believe in... What is it called? I think the Fermi paradox, which is the idea that... I'm paraphrasing a little bit. So anybody who actually knows the Fermi's paradox, I apologize if this is like not fully accurate. I'm not Fermi, I don't know. But the Fermi's paradox basically says that, like, for alien life to exist at the level that we exist right now is, like, proportionally impossible. And so it's a lot more likely that there are just no aliens within our perceivable universe. And I believe in that. It's not a fun opinion. Like, it's not the coolest opinion to have in the world, but yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely that there are aliens. So that's just what I believe in. Yeah, it's possible that there's aliens that are, like, smaller than us, which I think is very possible. But then that's not, like, interesting by most people's standards. Like, there's not aliens that are going to give us technology. They're not going to do anything for us, nor should they. Okay, we're gonna use this and bridge, and we're good. I definitely don't believe that we're gonna get any free handouts in the world. Anybody who is sort of hoping that aliens are gonna save us, I think that's what realism is. Realism. I think that's, like, delusional. If you think, like, a creature is going to come to this place and save us, you're wild. You're crazy. Okay, we want to grab all of these, these. We're going to go ahead and delete. Easy peasy. Cool. Okay, so that works for me. And now the question is, how are we going to bridge these? Well, this is going to be easy. We're going to go like this. And down to here. And we're going to bridge. And by bridging, I'm going to make some extra geometry that I don't want. So we're just going to be a little bit careful of this for just a second. And then I'm going to jump into slime time. So let's just focus down on this for just a second. And then we'll be good to go. Yeah, I mean, if there are aliens, they definitely won't look humanoid, in my opinion. There's a lot of studies that say, like, what are the functional forms that a being could have, and there's just so many different forms that something could have, and the idea that it's based off of carbon is really unlikely, in my opinion. What the heck is this? Oh, there it is. I think we've been watched from afar by an alien species until they deem we're advanced enough to be approached. Yeah, I highly disagree with that. Highly disagree with that. I don't believe in that idea at all. Because I think if that were the case, they would have nothing to gain from not conquering us. An alien race that is watching us would want... What? Oh no! Oh, I messed it up. You know what? I'm just going to fix this real quick. Oh, man. What a shame. I'm kind of flubbing today. You know, this is what you get when you don't sleep enough. All's well. I didn't sleep for a very good reason. So, you know, I can't be too upset about it. I'm pretty pleased as punch, but, you know, let this be a reminder, everybody, to go to sleep. You deserve it. You deserve a nice sleep. I don't care if you did nothing with your day. You still deserve a nice sleep. There we go. All right. Sniper Wolf has continued their trend of just being, you know, that member of chat. So, there you go. It's happened. I'm going to go ahead and push this on up. We're going to go ahead and grab all of the back of this. And we'll do that. And we'll say that that should hold pretty well. The only thing that I think we need to do now is grab those two things, pull them back a little bit, make a little bit of a... Oh, that looks good. That looks so good. Cool. And we're going to throw a bit of a subdivision on here. I'm going to fix the subdivision later because we don't need too much of a subdivision, but I'm just doing a little bit so it's there. Well, that makes sense. Color me pleased about that one. There we go. And I'm going to bridge. Simo would like everybody to take a nice drink of water. So let's all take a nice little drink of water. Make sure you're taking good care of yourself. You deserve it. You all deserve just the pinnacle of health. Okay. I'm going real fast, but there's like a couple of things I want to do real quick here. And they are here. I think this is going to look a lot better because it's going to round out these edges a little bit more clearly instead of making that nuclear symbol that we were looking at. You wish you could go for the rush of a rocket taking off? I mean, I think a roller coaster is going to give you a pretty similar effect, not going to lie. I mean, there's like the emotional aspect of it, right? Like there's something cool probably about going to space. But as far as like the physical of it, I don't think it's that different from a roller coaster. Here we go. That's what I'm feeling right there. Last but not least, I think I want to try and do that little butterfly thing that I was trying to do earlier. So let's do that little butterfly. What makes your best friend your best friend? Oh, man. Hey, Mr. Six, and just everybody in chat in general. I'm going to say something real sad here for a second, but I don't want you to be sad. I don't want pity. I'm not a pitiful kind of person. We're okay. All's well in the world. I don't think I have a best friend. I did at some point, but I don't think I have a best friend right now. I have a couple of people that I feel very close to right now in a very wild and lovely, beautiful kind of way. Okay, Junie's my best friend. There we go. Junie's my best friend easily. No, I don't really know if I like subscribe to the idea of a best friend. I tend to restrict best friends to like relationships, which might not be the healthiest thing in the world. But I think that's kind of how I view like that. Maybe, okay, I got a question for everybody. Junie, you're up there. Junie, you are one of the people that I am closest to. No problem there. We're Gucci. I got a question for everybody. What is a best friend? If you all can tell me what a best friend is, I can start thinking about if I have a best friend or not. Okay, so we're going to pop all of this a little bit closer to try and make that butterfly a little bit more prominent. And then I think we're good. Yeah, right there. That's not a bad looking valve. Someone you can trust? I trust a lot of people. I trust kind of easily. I don't have a lot of stuff where like my trust could be betrayed. I have a couple of very specific stuff that I worry about. But beyond that, I don't really have like, it's pretty hard to hurt me. It'd be very difficult to hurt me. So I would say, you know, I don't really have like trust things like that. Someone who doesn't throw you under the bus. Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of people like that. 100% on the friendship relationship meter. I think my meter's broken. My meter might be broken. This is a good looking valve. It's not perfect. There's a lot I'd like to change about it, but it's pretty good looking. You got major trust issues? I kind of get that vibe. I think you've lived a long time as maybe a class clown sort of thing. That's definitely the vibe you give off around here. And so I think maybe you might use that as a way of keeping like bigger emotions from entering into you. Might be a little bit of a safety mechanism. Quite in class. Well, you know, class clown's still in class. Someone who will tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. Ooh, that's tough. Because I don't know how I need to hear things. I don't think I have a best friend either, but I love all my friends. Same. Very, very strong same. There we go. That's a not bad looking valve. I'm going to live with this. So we're going to go ahead and pop this guy on down and pop him on into this, and we'll have a sweet little time here. Should I just be using the same dimensions? Yes, I should, but I'm not going to. Actually, can you do dimensions like this? Control L. No, you can't. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to get on the Y. We're just going to copy that Y on over real exact like right there. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Look at that. Look how good that looks. And then we just need to pop on one of these little hexes, and we're set. I don't have best friends, just close friends and friends. I think I separate people into a lot of categories. I think I have like friends that I like to be productive with. I have friends that I don't like to be productive with. I have people that I talk to about very intimate things, people that I don't talk to about intimate things. I have people whose opinions I like on art, and then people who are specifically non-artistic, or at least we don't interact on an artistic level. I think I separate people into a lot of little categories. I'm really introverted, so if I actually want to hang out with somebody, tells a lot about my relationship with them. Well, that's, you know, I'm gonna choose to interpret that very selfishly and say that you've been very giving to us here. Simo, you've been very sweet to us. You've been hanging out with us and been very nice. Obviously, you know, what we have here is very parasocial. So that's, you know, only worth a little bit. I wouldn't call this like a real friendship or anything. Anybody that I message on Discord, I would call a real friendship. But as far as stream goes, I'm a person, right? I'm just a dude on the internet. I'm not your best friend. But for anybody that I message, and Simo, you're one of the people that I've messaged, I feel a sense of friendship towards you. And so I think that's cool. Mr. Six, you want a DM? You want me to DM you, Mr. Six? I'll DM you. Mr. Six, I'll ask you for a music recommendation. I think that's like perfect for the two of us. I think that's the relationship that the two of us have. I think that's kind of our thing. Oh, I see that you're reposting. Sniper, you're a little aggressive, man. I think you need to chill out a little bit. I think you do really need to be mindful of other people. Just because somebody didn't read your thing out loud doesn't mean that you need to repost it. It's a little rude. Okay. That is that. So let's finish painting this and then we're done. We're ready to go. Cool. So I'm going to go into my node group. We got this guy already painted, and now we're going to paint this guy with rust. But instead of rust, I'm going to make a new one, and this one is going to be called... I'll just call it steel. Steel might be the wrong name for it, but I'm going to call it steel. If you get me to actually leave my house or something, no, I feel the same. I'm joking, by the way, Simo. You don't. We're good. We're internet friends. I get you pretty well, Simo. I understand you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this thing on up to here. And we're gonna say that's that. There's a part of me that wants to try and turn it into a screw. How in the heck am I going to do this procedurally? Okay, so the way that I would think to do this, I'm going to remove these. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. This is going to be called a valve screw. This is valve. This is valve stem, which I think might be the correct term. And this is valve connector. Yep, perfect. Cool. Get rid of all of you. Now, valve connector is copper, obviously. We got to make that match. Ooh, gross, 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 gross. 45, there we go. Now, I want to make this work. So I'm going to throw on a bump here. A little bit of Yoshi's Island for you. You want to make the threads with just a texture? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to procedural it. I'm going to go ahead and do probably something a little bit regrettable, but something that I think will be worthwhile. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on a wave. Do object to vector, color to height. Oh man, this soundtrack kills. This soundtrack kills so well. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a Z. That ain't the worst thing I've ever seen. It's a little weird. I get that. Having toxic friends is pretty tough. You know, it's difficult to sort of trust, like, you know, you need like people that you trust. You need people that you can trust in your life. But the ability to trust people is already putting yourself out there. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, because everybody should be putting themselves out there. Everybody should be doing their best to live their best life, right? But you know, it is very challenging to have people in your life that you're like, okay, we're good. I think that's super rare. So I get that. It's challenging. I think the best thing you can do for yourself, and this is relationship advice that you get a lot. So this will apply to future relationships to anybody that's looking for some future relationships. You have to date yourself before you can date other people. You have to be able to love yourself before you can love other people. And I think the same is true for friendship. You have to be your own friend. You can't dislike things about yourself. You can't require somebody else's approval. You have to, like, if I went into a friendship and I'm like, I really want to watch movies with this person, I'm going into the friendship with the wrong idea. If I want to watch movies, I'm going to watch movies by myself. And if the person that I'm with wants to watch movies with me, that's awesome. But if you go into a friendship thinking that that's what you need from somebody, then you're not doing it to yourself. You're not satisfying it by yourself. And that's damaging. That can be really toxic. And I've struggled with that in the past. I've had a lot of friend groups where I've been like, I want people to talk to me about my writing because my writing's super important and blah, blah, blah. And I care about myself and all this. And then I get into a friend group and I want to talk about writing and they don't want to talk about writing. Obviously, why would they? And it just puts you off because you're like, oh, that's why I'm friends with you. And it's like, you can't be friends with people because they talk to you. That's super cruel. That's super rude. But I've definitely done that in the past where I've been like, the reason I'm friends with you is because of X. And hey, let me be the person to tell you, that's not cool. Don't do that. Don't be me. Don't do that. I've learned my lesson since, but when I was younger, I struggled with that a lot. I would try to put people into little cubbies. And man, that's terrible. That's the worst thing you do to somebody. Okay, that is a pretty good looking handle. I kind of think I just want it to be bright red. Like, part of me wants to distress it, but maybe there's no reason to distress it. I'm learning to love myself. It's challenging, but it's worth it. To anybody out there that doesn't think loving yourself is worth it, there's nothing else. There's nothing else out there. That's it. That's all there is in life. That's the end all be all. That's all you get. When you're on your deathbed and you're thinking about your life, that's all there is. You gotta. I know that's pressure, and I'm not trying to pressure anybody, but that's it. That's all there is to it. No, it's not the same. Just think about how you love other people and think if you feel that way about yourself. Also, I am killing my time right now. Okay, so this is going to be all of our pipes. And I'm going to make a really quick slime. And here's what I want to do. We're going to treat this like a speed sketch because I've already run out of time. Boom. New collection. Slime. Here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to do something nuts because I'm a nutty human being. I'm going to add a Metaball. We're going to add a Metaball. Why does it look like that? Why is it so low? Why is it so low quality? Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, so we got a Metaball. Yeah, I just think it's something that you'll get when you're older. Like, I don't mean to say that and be like, when you're older, but like, I think it is something that will just take you a little while to get a hold of. Okay, so let's make a couple of Metaballs. So anybody that doesn't know Metaballs, welcome to Metaballs. They're real cool. They're the coolest things ever. So you can make these for games, and you can do all sorts of stuff. And here's how I'm going to make our little slime as fast as humanly possible. I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy up into here, pop him back a little bit. We're going to make ourselves a little squishy boy. I'm kind of surprised Blender has metaballs. They're pretty technical. They're pretty interesting. I suppose it makes sense. I don't know if other 3D rendering environments have metaballs. They must do, right? But like, in my experience, metaballs have always been a programming thing. It's never really been like a part of the environment. What do you like most about yourself? Creativity. I like my creativity. I'm a very creative person. I'm an extremely creative person. I have the ability to write stories and think of things and process weird worlds very quickly in ways that I think are kind of extraordinary. And I guess that's like where I derive a lot of ego from. Anybody who thinks ego is a bad thing, you do require some ego if you want to be an artist. Like, sorry that I have to be the person to tell you that, but you do require some ego. You do have to like your work to some degree. Even if you struggle and you criticize your work, you do have to find worth in it to be a successful artist. You can't hate your own work. Otherwise, why are you making it? And I am somebody that I am incredibly creative, like unbelievably creative, especially at the age that I'm at right now. I think I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are not nearly as creative as I am, which is fine. You know, that's not the goal in life. The goal is not to be creative. But yeah, for my age group and for a lot of people, I think I might seem a little bit immature as a result of that. But man, I don't know. I just have like a crazy sense of creativity to myself. Okay, so here is our sweet little slime guy. Look at that. Look at that. He's pretty good. Now I kind of want to just combine them together and turn them into a mesh, which I don't exactly know how that works. Last time you opened up to somebody was 4 years ago. You should definitely work on that. What are you? You're 13, right? I know I'm not immature, but I have immature tendencies, which is fine. I'm not upset about being immature one bit. I'm actually kind of thankful about it. But yeah, you need to open up to people. That's not good. 14? Okay, well that means the last time you opened up to somebody was when you were 10, which is not good. If somebody told me that they were in their 30s and they hadn't opened up to somebody in 4 years, I would say that's real bad. The fact that you're a kid is definitely not good. Convert to mesh, it just works that way? Perfect. Thank you, Simo. Okay, so that is our little slime boy. Well, you should work towards that goal. I'm just going to put that out there. Whatever that means for you is what that means for you, but you should work towards that goal. Okay, so we got ourselves a little slime boy. I have 15 minutes to finish this. I'm going to double check voting. Hey, shout out to people. Please vote. And please choose ones that you want me to vote on. Because I'm going to be selecting stuff soon. So please give me some ideas on Discord. If you're on the Discord, ask for stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop on some googly eyes on this guy. Can I vote on mine? I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to take it, but you can do whatever you want, honestly. Okay, so this guy's got to have some eyeballs. I want like eyeballs and like a little cutesy mouth. This is like a texture that I would need to roll over it, but you know what? I'm just going to put some eyes on it. We're going to put some big old googly eyes on this guy, and I'm going to call it right there. Googly eyes is probably enough. Actually, I can do a 3. We don't need more than that. So we can pop up just a little eyeball here. Just kidding, because you already voted on it. There we go. Look at him. And we'll put a little smile here somewhere. The question is how we're going to put a smile. And I think the way that we would do that, you can vote on multiple. The way that we would solve this is I would make a bump map. We're going to make a bump map, and the bump map is going to move all along the UVs. So the UVs are going to be flat with a bump map on here, and we'll slosh it around. So that's how I think I'm going to animate this in Unreal. So I guess the question now is, can I do it here? And I think I can. So let's do that real fast. Okay, so we got our dude. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop in a thing. We're going to pop in an image texture. Come back. I kind of want to keep the meta balls the same for the time being. So I'm going to not stress too much about this thing. What do I want? I want an image texture on base color. New smile. Hey, Mr. Six, it's been a real pleasure. Thanks for joining in. Oh, you can't draw on metaballs. Welp. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna break the system. I'm gonna break the whole system wide open. Boom. Pop on an image texture. Hey, sometimes you need to put an F. You're going to be called Smile. This one, goodbye. Goodbye. Get rid of you. This one, we got Smile. Your Smile. No. I've messed it up. I'm making weird temporary files in the architecture. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on a texture paint. Paint the whole thing white. Probably doesn't matter what color I made everything, but I'm going to choose to color it all white because it's going to work a little bit better for us, I think. And then we're going to go back to black, and we're going to get real small. And I'm going to do a nice little... No, we want like a nice big old... like a Dragon Quest sort of slime. Okay, so I'm going to fill. Hello? Fill. Hello? Okay, never mind. We won't fill. So we're going to have just a nice dopey little smile on here. Nice dopey little smile. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bump. A little bump right there and a little bump right here. No, we're okay with just the smile. Smile it is. Okay. So let's get back to object mode. And I'm going to grab that smile and pop it into a bump, which I think we don't want to bump, but I'm going to use a bump for the time being just so I can see it. We probably want like a vector displacement or something like that, but this should be fine. Yeah, so we want a vector displacement so we don't get these pixels, but I'm not worrying about it right now. We're going to call this gel. I'm going to name it jelly with a G. We're going to make you jelly. We're going to see if it pops in somewhere. If not, then maybe bumps just don't work on metaballs, which would be perfectly understandable, actually. So I'll leave it like that for the time being, and we'll come back to you. Once we convert you or something, we'll figure it all out. But yeah, so we got this guy. Can we color him? You can. Now, when I think of a little sludge guy, I instantly think of an oil slick. So I'm going to make him real dark. Real dark like oil slick with a rainbow on him. Let's get back to rendered view real quick. He probably needs to be pretty reflective. Low sheen and no specular. Like almost no specular. We're going to grab you. And I'm going to put a HSV on here and grab you. And do far. Do this. Grab you. Make you super bright. Make you lighter. And then we'll plug that on in. And get crazy. Why is the collection on the left hand? Because if it wasn't, my camera would overlap. And the little menu that pops up keeps being a problem. So logically, this is where it makes the most sense for everything. I don't really have any other way of doing it, unfortunately. But I've gotten used to it. I've gotten real used to it. Oh, there he is. Oh, he looks good. Look at him. Look how pretty he looks. Oh, look how cute he looks. He looks so good. With his little ring around him. Oh, he's beautiful. Oh, what a little beautiful baby. Oh, I love him. Maybe I want to bring this color in just a little bit more. Bring you down just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, God, he looks awesome. He looks so cool. I'm a big fan of this. Okay, cool. Problem solved. So we've done that. Next up, we want to grab the eyes. I'm going to make the eyes jelly as well and see where that puts us. Okay, now let's copy you. We're going to call you Jelly 1. You're going to be Jelly 1. Oh, I kind of dig it. I kind of really dig that. Sniper has recommended that everybody take a nice drink of water. Please do. It is time for a drink of water. Let's be real. This looks so good. If you don't think this looks good, show me better. Show me better. That looks crazy good. The way he reflects light off of his little boundaries. He looks like an oil slick. Oh, he's lovely. Okay, let's put it all together. Wow, he came together quick. I did that in 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, I can be pretty pleased with myself. Cool, so we got ourselves a little jelly monster. And here is everything all together. Let's go ahead and grab Jelly real quick and bring him down. He's a little tiny boy. All right. Boom. Now, is that 2.5 hours worth of work? I don't think so. But it does look good. Don't get me wrong. It looks good. Oh, I got one thing I want to do. I got one thing I definitely want to do. One thing I really, really want to do. Let's grab one of these pipes, and I'm going to give one of these pipes a brand new texture. I'm going to make a splat map on Unreal between two different textures. And it's important that I make it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and call this Oxy Copper. And we're going to mix this in with a little bit of a Musgrave. So what do I want to do? I want to grab texture. Not gonna lie, sound mean. Should not have taken 2.5 hours, but you were streaming and reading chat. You're really pushing today, Sniper. What has gotten into you? Do you have enough people in your life that are challenging you, or what's going on? Why are you being mean? Okay, so I'm gonna grab that and we're gonna put a little boundary in here. And I'm gonna throw on a Musgrave. And we should get going. So that should work right there. And if I make this just bright green, we should be able to see what we're working with. So we'll do like a green and a blue, just so we can see both of them. And I want an add for sure. And I think I just want to up that detail and lower the dimension a little bit. Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's exactly it. Yep, we've done it. Now we just need to get the consistency correct. So the green side is the side that faces the copper. So I'm going to throw on a copper little ring here. Just like that. Even make it maybe a little bit darker. That'll do. And then now we got to choose that green. And what I'm going to want to do is also grab our roughness and make it really low roughness right here on this part. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you real quick, you just need to chill out a little bit. You're being a little rude. You're pushing a little too much, and I've been, not doing anything about it. I've been pretty nice, but it's enough. It's been enough. Right? You're trying to talk over other people and you're just being a little mean. And I know you're younger, and that's okay. It's okay that you're younger, but don't do that. It's not nice. It's not nice to anybody. All right, so we're going to put that on down. We're going to go ahead and merge a little bit. Oh, you don't get to decide if you're being rude or not. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. That's not how that works. Pop that on up. And we're going to switch these two around. And we'll bring it on down. So, if I grab this correctly, how do we want to do this? I probably want like a desaturated sort of green, and we'll just take it down a little bit. No, I definitely want it more green than that. Bring this guy on up. What does oxidized copper look like? Let's check this real quick. I'm going to switch to full screen. Oh, it's a little bit bluer than I thought it was. Which is interesting. And it's got like little speckles in it. So there's definitely some dark in the middle here. So I'm going to come back into the middle here and pop on that. And now we just want to make sure we get that color correctly. It's that bluish teal. So let's come back to Blender. Let's grab you and let's make it like this color. And I'm going to pop this guy on up. And that's probably good enough for me. I think I can live with that. I think that's oxidized copper for sure. I might scale it down a little bit, but yeah, we'll take it a little bit easier. And now I think I just want to up the factor a little bit. No, that's too gross looking. We'll keep it like this. Yeah, Junie's got the right idea. Sniper, one thing that you need to understand, I didn't want to be too real with you, but since you want to keep pushing, and I know you're younger, and I know that's why you're doing it, but if you want to keep pushing, let's just say something very clear, and I'm going to say this for everybody. Let's make one thing very clear. If somebody tells you to stop, you stop. You don't get to say, I don't want to stop. That's too bad. If you haven't opened up to somebody in 3 years, it might be because the people that you used to open up to don't want to deal with that. So just bring it down, relax, be nice, be cordial. I'm a stranger on the internet. You're a stranger on the internet. We don't need that. It's not called for. It's not nice. Don't do that. So, moving on from that, we are just about done here. I am going to say that is close enough. I don't still get why that white is happening, but we'll say that's probably all right. Part of me wants to work on this guy a little bit. All right. That's going to be a ban then. See you later. Let's give that a... I'll be right back. So that is going to be it as far as stream goes. So peace out, or not a stream. That's going to be it for the first half. So ciao, YouTube. Sorry things got a little vicious there at the end. And shout out to Junie. So peace. I'll see you in the second half.